Hi everyone, in this screencast we'll see the new GUI features in XAP 9.5. So let's start by logging into the web dashboard here. And we have the data example application deployed. What I'm going to do now is essentially look at the deployment structure of that application. So as you can see, we have two processing units, a feeder with a single instance, and a processor, which is essentially a stateful processing unit with a partitioned data grid, two primaries and two backups. Now let's go to the data grids console, which is where things have actually been enhanced quite significantly. So the first thing we can see here is the local views tab right down here. So essentially what I can do is I can see all the local views that are connected to the space. I can see the ID of that local view, which host is connected, the process ID of the client application that contains the local view, the XAP version, very important. So if you have different XAP versions between clients and servers, this is an easy way to track that. The throughput, how many bytes were sent, how many packets. I can also click here, the templates column here, and see what templates are actually registered with that local view and their criteria. So here we can see a certain object, test Pojo with no criteria. Then another template. So here you can see that we have routing 1, and this is actually a SQL query. So it's kind of convenient to look at that and see local view templates. I can also click here and specifically look at the space instances to which this local view is connected. And again, same thing with the templates here. Okay, so this is one thing. I can also have a similar view for local caches. So since local caches don't have templates, the view is a bit simpler. You can see the ID, the containing process ID, the host name, and the XAP version. Again, very convenient if you're running different versions of clients and servers. Another very nice and big change in the UI is finally we get the space statistics, which you are all used to from the standalone user interface, which we're gradually deprecating. So this was the kind of last milestone which was missing. So we can see space statistics here. Again, all the space operations with their accumulated operation count here at the bottom. You can see each operation with a different color. And up here, the actual throughput of each of the operations. I can also see the measured points in terms of their throughput. The legend here is clickable, so you can actually remove at least some of the things here and essentially get a clearer view if you want to just focus on one type of event. The last thing that I want to show you guys here is the event containers view. So every registered event container is displayed here based on its type. So for example, here we see polling event containers. We have 2 of them registered. We can see if they're transactional, how many consumers, receive timeout, and a bunch of other configuration parameters. For example, what is the take receive operation handler, whether it's passing an array, and I can also double click that and see the template here as well. I can also see, of course, other types of event containers like a notify container, and the behavior here is quite simpler, although you can see that the columns are a bit different since event containers are a bit of a different animal than polling containers. Okay, switching on to another topic. So you're probably all familiar with XAP WAN gateway application. So version 9.5 adds a nice visualization of WAN gateway, and essentially you can see what clusters are connected to one another through the gateways. You can also see the component count over here. So we see here that we have 3 stateful processing units, which means 3 data grids, and 3 gateways that are connected to them. Let's switch to the data grid view here. And I'm going to choose the Gateways tab down here, so I can see for each of those spaces that are deployed in my data grid. If we switch to the applications view for a second, we'll see what's deployed. So we have 3 spaces deployed and 3 gateways. Going back here, we can see for each of the spaces which gateways it's connected to. I think the best way to visualize that is the graphical view, so we can see both the IP addresses of the gateways and their directionality. We can also see in terms of outbound and inbound statistics here. So you can see the name of the gateway, where it's located, the IP address, the ZAP version, the channel state, whether the channel is active or not, redo log size, and throughput. Very convenient if you're using the WAN gateway application. That's it. There's a lot more to ZAP 9.5 than I just showed here, but I hope we give you a good glimpse of things. I hope you enjoyed the screencast.